Just 1 week after the fatal shooting of Renee Nicole Good by an ICE agent, we are hearing reports of yet another potential shooting involving federal agents in Minneapolis. In just the last hour, the city of Minneapolis tweeted that they had received reports of a shooting involving federal law enforcement in North Minneapolis. And joining us now from what appears to be a very chaotic scene is MS Now reporter Jillian Frankel. Jillian, if you're there with us, can you just tell us what you're seeing there on the ground?
Jen, that's right. We can't tell you exactly what unfolded in the moments before we arrived, but what I can tell you right now is that this is a very chaotic scene. I'm going to have my photographer pan over there and show you. They're setting off flashbangs here as protesters clash with these federal agents. We see folks wearing these ice vests. They've been shooting off these pepper balls, which is why this air is so smoky here. And actually, the crowd managed to push back these federal agents. They started here. There were vehicles here and police tape. The crowd actually pushed them back a block. You can hear these folks screaming behind me. We're just going to move a little towards safety as these flashbangs continue here behind me. It's a very, very chaotic scene here. Just for 1 second, I want to let you see what's unfolding right behind me here in northern Minneapolis tonight. Jen, take a look.
So we can see, obviously, the smoke Jillian was referencing there.
Sorry, these flashbangs are continuing.
They're continuing there. Jillian, do you know, I mean, we learned of this because the city of Minneapolis tweeted that they had received reports of a shooting involving law enforcement. Have you learned anything more about that from local law enforcement? Who that involved? Were there civilians involved? Any more details at this point?
Unfortunately, we've reached out to the Minneapolis Police Department, PIO. We haven't heard back yet. All we've seen so far, and I will say that Mayor Frey retweeted that City of Minneapolis tweet. Unfortunately, so far, we haven't obtained other information about those reports of that shooting yet. We're waiting to learn more.
There are protesters. It seems to be, you tell us, though, you're standing there, protesters there as well, so people just walking by you on the street. They're clashing with the police there. Or tell us again or more about what's happening there that you see.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And just behind me where you can see this stop sign at this intersection, originally you can see what remains of that police tape. There were two vehicles, a few vehicles here, and these federal agents lined up. Protesters and sort of what seemed like people who were in the area. We didn't see, of course, where exactly they came from, but approached these federal agents. Things became very tense. The crowd managed to push that line back behind. Those cars cleared out. We can't get much closer than this, unfortunately, and the pepper ball air remains here, which is why folks are coughing, and this clash continues.
It feels, we can't quite make it out in the video because it's so dark. Can you tell what agencies these law enforcement are from? Do they have any titles or names on the back of their gear they're wearing?
They did. We saw. That's right, Jen. We saw for sure some ICE agents that had the police ICE on their vests behind them. As far as the vehicles, I didn't see markings on those, but we do know that these are federal agents here tonight.
Jillian, I know you mentioned that the mayor retweeted. Have you seen any other elected officials? Have there been any other retweets or any other information you've seen from anyone else who's in any position of authority in Minneapolis?
Unfortunately, this is all unfolding so quickly. So far, we haven't yet seen other officials, at least on our end, weigh in here. What I can tell you is it's freezing here tonight, so it's surprising to see how many folks are out right now watching this unfold, interacting with these federal agents. But as far as elected officials, we're still waiting to hear more from them.